Common Stocks and Uncommon Profits by Philip Fisher. Introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today, we're diving into a classic, Common Stocks and Uncommon Profits by Philip Fisher. Now, if you're thinking, great, another dry finance book, stick with me because this one's different. Imagine your usual finance books as boring textbooks, and Fisher's work as the spicy mystery novel you can't put down. Philip Fisher, our author, isn't just any finance guy. He's a pioneer who first published this gem in 1958, back when the idea of the internet was as futuristic as flying cars. Despite its age, the book's insights are like fine wine, they get better with time. Fisher takes us on a journey through the world of investing, but instead of just numbers and charts, he talks about real companies and real people, making it a lot more relatable. So, what's the book about? Essentially, Fisher teaches us how to pick stocks that aren't just good, but extraordinary. He lays out 15 points to consider when evaluating a company. Think of it as a checklist for finding the next Apple or Amazon before everyone else does. His focus is on long-term growth and quality management, which sounds like common sense now, but back then, it was revolutionary. Now that we've got the gist, let's dig deeper into the highlights and summary. Trust me, you're in for some nuggets of wisdom. Highlight and summary. Alright, buckle up because we're diving into the meat of common stocks and uncommon profits. Fisher's book is like a treasure map, and his 15 points are the clues leading us to the hidden gold. First off, these 15 points. Imagine you're on a first date, but instead of awkwardly asking about their favorite color, you've got a cheat sheet with all the right questions. Fisher's points cover everything from the company's ability to innovate, to the quality of its management, to its profit margins. It's like a speed dating session for finding the perfect stock. One of Fisher's key insights is the importance of qualitative analysis. Now, before your eyes glaze over, let me explain. While most investors were obsessed with numbers, charts, and graphs, Fisher said, hold on a second. Let's look at the people running these companies. It's like choosing a restaurant not just by its Yelp rating, but by meeting the chef and tasting a sample dish. He believed that understanding the company's management, their vision, and how they handle competition was crucial. This approach might sound obvious now, but back then, it was groundbreaking. Another major theme in the book is the long-term investment strategy. Fisher wasn't about quick wins or fast trades. He was the tortoise in a race full of hares. He preached the power of holding onto investments as long as the fundamental qualities of the company were intact. It's like planting a tree. Sure, it takes time to grow, but once it does, you've got shade, fruit, and a pretty nice view. Fisher argued that the real gains come from understanding and sticking with a company for the long haul, letting your investment grow and compound over time. Fisher also uses real-world examples and case studies to bring his points home. He doesn't just throw theories at you, he tells you about companies he invested in, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's like getting stock tips from your wise, experienced uncle who's seen it all. These examples help to illustrate how his principles play out in the real world, making them easier to grasp and apply. One of the most compelling points Fisher makes is about the importance of management quality. He's like a coach picking players for a championship team, he wants the best. Fisher argues that good management is the secret sauce behind a company's long-term success. He looks for integrity, vision, and the ability to innovate. It's not just about what the company does, but how and who is steering the ship. Let's talk about Fisher's writing style for a moment. If you're worried about getting lost in technical jargon, don't be. Fisher's writing is clear, direct, and surprisingly engaging. He avoids the snooze-inducing language of typical finance books and instead opts for a more conversational tone. It's like having a chat with a knowledgeable friend over coffee who happens to know a lot about making money in the stock market. Now, no book is perfect, and Fisher's approach does have its critiques. Some say his focus on qualitative analysis can be a bit subjective. It's like judging a cooking competition based on how the dish makes you feel rather than just the taste. This means his method requires a deep level of knowledge and often access to company management, something not all of us can get. However, even if you can't interview the CEO of every company, Fisher's principles still offer valuable guidance on what to look for when evaluating potential investments. Conclusion. So, where do we land with common stocks and uncommon profits? In a nutshell, it's a timeless classic that has left an indelible mark on investment literature. Fisher's emphasis on qualitative factors and long-term strategies offers a refreshing perspective that complements the number-crunching approach of other investment guides. Let's quickly recap the key points. Fisher's 15 points serve as a robust framework for evaluating a company's potential. The importance of looking beyond the numbers to understand the people and the vision behind a company. The advocacy for a long-term investment approach, allowing investments to grow and compound. Real-world examples that illustrate how Fisher's principles can be applied in practice. The critical role of quality management in driving a company's success. Who should read this book? Well, pretty much anyone interested in investing, whether you're just starting out or you've been trading stocks for years. It's especially valuable for those who want to understand the principles behind successful, long-term investing. Fisher's insights encourage a thoughtful, research-driven approach that can help you find those uncommon profits. In closing, Fisher's work isn't just a book, it's a mentor in print form. It's influenced many successful investors, including Warren Buffett, and its principles are still relevant today. It teaches us that investing isn't just about picking stocks, it's about understanding businesses, people, and having the patience to let your investments grow. So, if you haven't read it yet, grab a copy, dive in, and who knows, you might just find the next big winner for your portfolio. Thank you for your time, and happy investing!